The gift that wasn't just a gift. Here's an expat pocket story. I look to think workplace gifts were simple. A small token, a polite gesture, a sign of appreciation. It happened all the time in Portugal. I remember giving gifts to my primary school teacher every Christmas or at the end of the school year, and seeing my father, a medical doctor, receive many gifts from his patients, from chickens or homemade jam to whiskey. But then, long story short, I became a chief executive of an international association, an NGO, in the Netherlands. Now, representatives from our member organizations around the world would visit, and some would arrive with something in hand, a product from the organization, a local specialty, a small souvenir from home. So at first, I felt touched. Then I started noticing what my brain was doing with it. When a gift appeared, my mind quietly translated it into a story. They're warm, they're thoughtful, they value relationship. And when no gift appeared, my mind translated that too. They're distant, they're formal, they don't really care. Except that wasn't true. Over time, I saw patterns that had nothing to do with who cared more and everything to do with culture. For many Latin American and Asian visitors, for example, bringing a gift seemed to be part of the relationship script. It said, I respect you. I am grateful. I don't come empty handed. For many Germans, on the other hand, gifts simply weren't part of the professional script. Respect showed up as preparation, clarity, and directness. No wrapping paper required. And then there was a policy. So, to protect integrity, we had to declare gifts above a certain value threshold. I can't remember the exact amount. I think it was 20 euros or 30, something like that. And we had to do that, not because gifts were bad, but because trust is fragile and perception matters. It was only later that I realized that a gift isn't just an object, it's a cultural signal. And if you live and work across cultures, you can end up reacting to the signal, not because you're too sensitive, but because your brain is trying to keep you safe in unfamiliar territory. Now, when I notice a reaction, mine or somebody else's, I try a simple question. What is my brain predicting this means? Because a feeling is real, but the meaning isn't always the only possible one. So here's a reflection prompt for you. What's one workplace moment abroad or cross cultures that you interpreted as obvious and later realized it wasn't? Now, are you navigating life, work, or leadership across cultures? Whether you're building trust with international teams, adjusting to a new country, or wanting to communicate with more confidence and ease, I can help you strengthen your cross-cultural skills so you can thrive. Let's talk. You can book a discovery call or just send me a message, an email. And if this story resonated, feel free to share it with a fellow expat or international professional who might enjoy it too.